Going to talk
Hello and
about
welcome to my channel.
parametric family. That means creating a unit such as furniture, table, shelf, bed, and so on, in such a way that it can be edited in every project with just changing the dimension and stuff, so we can customize it according to our needs, and it will be one family and we can customize it for different projects in different ways. How we are going to do it? We are going to start by going to file, new, family, excuse me, and we are going to open the English template, and then we are going to find the generic model, metric generic model, and we are going to open it. In this part, we are going to we are directly into the create tab, and we are going to click on a reference plan, and we are going to create a table, and we are going to parameterize it. So we'll just create a reference line for a table frame straight here, just rough, and then we can adjust it later on in here. So this is roughly at the top of a table, and we are going to put dimensions into it, uh, 2 and 3. Remember, if you want to put dimensions, and if you click here, it will only put dimensions on to one side. But if you go to an empty space and click left click there, it will give dimensions to both sides, and we are going to equalize it, so it will be equal around this point. Also, we are going to get a dimension through, and it's 4000 millimeters. That means it's 4 meters. We are going to put dimensions on this side as well, and click on open space, and we are going to equalize it again, a complete dimension, and here. So now we are going to go away, leave the dimension, either click here or press the escape button. There will be we will be free to select items here. So select here, and we are going to uh, create a parameter, and we will call it length. That will be length of the table. I'm here in Germany for a while now, and I hope I wrote length the correct way, because German and English are very different languages. So now we are going to select this side, and that will be width of the table. We're going to create a parameter that will be width, and okay. Now, in order to put an actual tabletop here, we need to specify a space where we are going to put the tabletop. For that, we will go to the front view here, and as we see here is we have one level, that's level 0. So that will be the base of the table legs. So we need another level for our tabletop. Therefore, we go to create tab and reference, and we will put a reference line right here, and this is a temporary dimension. We'll make it permanent, and call this tabletop. Move this here and lock it. Locking is very important here, because when we change the height, this will be the height of the table. When we change it, it will automatically move with the tabletop and the legs. So we will put parameters to this as well. We will call it height. That will be table height. Now we will go back to the reference level, and we will, from here we can change the these parameters. Excuse me. Let's arrange this a little bit. We will make the length of the table 3 meters. We will make the width around 2 meters. And we'll make the height around 1 meter. And we'll apply in OK. We'll go to the front view again. We'll see that we made some mistake here. Instead of 10, we made it 10,000. So now it is all right. We'll go back to the reference level on the floor plan, and we will create, now we will actually create an extrusion of the tabletop. Click on extrusion, click on rectangle, and snap this corner and this corner. And here we go, we have created a tabletop. Now this tabletop is extruded to 50 millimeters upwards from the reference level, which is this level, but we want it to be extruded downside from this level. Therefore, we will go to the set work plan and then select tabletop as our reference, and we want it to go downwards, and to 25 centimeters is way too much for a tabletop, so we will make it 10 centimeters or 5 centimeters. We will minus 50. Minus 50 means it will go down from this line, below this line. So minus 50, and we will finish this. Once you finish it, it is created. If you go back to the front view, you will see that 50 millimeters downwards tabletop is created from here. Now we'll go back to the reference level, and we need right now table legs. To create table legs, go to create tab and put reference line near the borders. Now this is one table leg. Here is another table leg, and there are 2 more table legs, so 4 table legs. Now we will put dimensions to them and adjust the sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Select, and then create parameter, and we will call them legs. So means table legs, and they're all adjusted to one size of 155. Now we will change these because 155 is a little bit too much. So let's say we need this around 75 millimeters. 75 is fine, I guess. So at this point we have the base for the table legs. We need to create extrusions of the table legs. So we will go to extrusion. From extrusion we will go to the rectangle and snap, and also lock them. Everyone has 4 points. We have to lock them. If you lock them together, that means that these table legs are attached to the tabletop, and when you move the legs, the tabletop will move with it. But if you don't do it, then it will be problematic when you adjust it in other projects. So we'll just create one here as well, and lock lock, lock, and lock. The third leg is here, and one lock, two lock, three locks, and four locks. One lock, two locks, three locks, four locks. We are pretty much done here, but if you see, this is extruded 50 millimeters from the tabletop. If you see here, the work plan here is tabletop, but it is extruded only 50 millimeters. So what we'll finish it here, and then we'll go here, and from here we will simply pull them to the reference level 0 and lock them. Locking is very important, because if you don't lock them, then they will freely adjust. If you increase the height will simply increase, and the legs will cross this reference line. But if you lock them and increase the height, the legs will become bigger. And also, just attach this leg top of the legs to the bottom of the tabletop and lock it. Locking is also important here. So at this point we are pretty much near to see how our table looks. This is how our table looks. Let's make it a little bit realistic and make the scale to 120 so that it looks like a table. And now we did not assign materials yet. If we assign materials, it's pretty a nice table. We can play around a little bit with it, and then we will see how to add them to an actual project. So we'll go back to reference level. Before we go to reference level, let me see. Here we will add a little bit leg rest, as just a rectangle around the legs to strengthen the table, and also so that we can rest our legs on it. So how we are going to do it? Go to the reference, go to the front, and create a reference plan where we want to create the leg rest. We want to create the leg rest at the midpoint of the table height. So exactly here, and we will call it leg rest. We'll call it leg rest, and also this dimension, and we will lock it so that the leg rest space will be moving according with the legs. If we don't lock it, it will stay like that, and the legs will move freely, and it will not be a family together. It will not be a family, meaning they will not be together. It's kind of funny if you think about it. So we'll go back to the reference level and create an extrusion of the leg rest. So since our leg rest is a little bit outside of the table legs, we will extrude it around 5 centimeters, which is 50 millimeters. We will offset it, and if you click right here in this corner, just square it and click right here, you will see that it's starting a little bit outside. That is 50 millimeter offset. Right, come back right here, and it will finish at this point here. So it's pretty much doing what we are telling it to do. Revit is pretty smart. So, and here we'll set our work plan. Here right now it's tabletop, but where we want to do it, we want to do it at leg rest. And okay, and it's 50 millimeters downwards, which is fine by us. So we are pretty much done here. And if you click on this home button, Sometimes this button is up here, sometimes it's here. If you don't find it, you can simply go to View and 3D View. You can see that its leg rest is here. So some people want to have this hollow or empty, just a wood piece around, so we can do that as well. Let's do it. We'll go back to the reference plan. We'll select the leg rest part and we will edit extrusion and simply draw a rectangle from this point to this point. That means that inside will be deleted and only the part between the pink lines will be left. So if you finish edit mode and go to the 3D, it stays like this. So we obviously have some mistakes here. So let's go to the front view and check this. If you see this, these are, we will make dimensions from here to here and then again to here, and we will equalize it. When you equalize it and lock it, that means that it will stay in this place. But if you don't like it, it will still in this place, stay in this place. And if you change the dimensions now, for example, let's make this 2500, the table, the leg rest will move with it. If you change it to 100, 1000, it will move again. So the point here is that locking these reference lines and dimensions are very important. So the next thing is to join the legs with the tabletop. And what we'll do here is that we will join tabletop and legs. They are flush now and look a little bit modern. So the next thing is assigning materials. We have not assigned materials, and I intentionally left it to the end to explain that how there are two ways. One way is that we add materials right here. We'll select in material by category. We can just go there and select material, but that would be permanent, and that will be the material. If we upload this table to the other project, we will not be able to change the material because it's fixed. But if we create parameters for it, for example, if we click on this small rectangle here and then click here, create parameter, and then add here leg material, we can later change it in other projects. We can change the material from steel to wood to etc., aluminum and so on. So that's leg material. Okay, then here again leg rest material. Okay, click tabletop material and new tabletop material. If you have worked with AutoCAD at this point, you might already know that it's much easier than AutoCAD to work with Revit. Okay, so we are pretty much done here, and we are going to save our family and learn how to add this family to a project. So we'll go here. From here we will go to save as in family. We will call it new table. We will call it new table and it will be in English. So better is if we go here, open a family, new table. We will just open this. So this is the table that we created, if you remember. And then if you go in to the upper right corner, you will find this load into the project. Sometimes you find it in the middle, or if you don't find it, just go to insert or create, you will find it. Load into the project, and it will automatically take you to the project where you want to add this table. So we want to add one table here, we want to add one here, and one here, and that's it. So we want to click one of these tables and then put them in a selection box to make them big, and just want to play around a little bit with them and how to edit them. For example, this is a living room, and we want to make this table look a little bit smaller and nicer, and also make it of wood. So we'll go to edit type or type properties. From here we want the height of the table to 1 meter is a little bit too much for our couch. For example, we want it to be 0.75 meters. Length we want to be 15 centimeters. Let's make it 0.2, and length is 3 meters, a little bit too much for us. We want it 2.5 meters, and the width 2 meter is okay. So the table have changed already, but we want to add the material. We want the tabletop material to be click on three dots here. We want it to be of this material, holes, dunkel brown. I hope it is a nice thing. And then we want the legs to be leg rest material to be of something like this, and we want the leg of the table to be from let's say we want this from this material, and apply, and okay. And here we go. We will just make it a little bit realistic view, so it will take time until it make it realistic. Pretty cool, right? So this is what our table looks like now. It's pretty thick, and we can just play around with it. Just legs height and so on, and it's pretty good. We could have just made a little bit that parameterize the width of this, or it would have been much better, but still it looks good, and we can play around a little bit more with it. For example, if it is a table in the kitchen, we could just select here, and then material, and then go here, makes the length of the table, for example, make it 3 meters, make the width 1.5 meters, make the width 1.5 meters and make the height also 1.5 meters. Apply and OK. Where is it gone? So let's make this a little bit up. So the box was smaller. Now it's a table in our kitchen. So it's pretty thick stuff to work with in Revit. And
Hello and welcome to my channel.